Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. I'm Pete Talbot of the Cardboard Teck Institute.
I'm Benji Matchstick.
And we today are going to talk about the secondary flipper.
Ooh, in a lot of pinball games, you'll have a second flipper that's up on top. In fact, it was the game Humpty Dumpty back in the 1940s when the first flipper game was Humpty Dumpty, and it had 6 flippers. And they were all like backwards and forwards, and they were crazy. Ever since then, flippers have been an integral part of pinball, and multiple flippers especially. So?
Yeah, so, and the PinBox, it's always a fun challenge to try to translate something from an electromechanical game into corrugated paper.
Check it out.
So, yeah.
What you do when you get your PinBox is you have to sacrifice your, maybe not.
So there's 2 things you get to do.
Okay.
You could sacrifice one of the pre-die cut flippers.
Yes.
That's the easiest thing to do.
Or you could just trace one.
Yeah, exactly. So you get a lot of extra cardboard, like so. You could grab some of the scrap here, and then you could just trace it.
Yeah, you may not find it there, but something a little.
On here
yeah, we got a piece here that you could use. Yeah.
Oh,
there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. So
Nice.
you just trace that, and then make sure that you get, you trace it really well. Make sure you trace where the folds are too. You might need a ruler to help you do that because you want to get in there. I'm kind of folding it backwards. Sorry, I've already started. So you want to trace it, get all those scores in there too. So after you're done tracing it and cut it out, we'll just pretend I did that. Bink! Yeah, I've got my flipper. So I want to add this onto the playboard. How do I do that? Well, what I did in this instance is I created a shape to add into this whole thing before I connected this first flipper. You could do it after you've connected this flipper, but I don't recommend that. It'd be kind of tricky. So if you want to plan your playboard to have a secondary flipper, make sure you add this shape. And what this shape kind of is it's sort of it's the flipper, but it's pretty much just this part of the flipper, not the rollover part as well.
You did have to sacrifice a lot of rivets.
I did, yeah. Lots.
But you could use screws. You could use flathead screws.
Nuts and
would
bolts,
work fine. Nuts
totally.
And bolts, yeah. Not screws, bolts.
Yeah, bolts. Or brad fasteners, but the bolts and nuts and bolts would be better.
Yeah.
What you could, and you can also, we'll have a template for this, so you could download that. And then this is just an extra piece of cardboard that I got from scrap from the game.
You want to make sure that the grain of the cardboard is running that long way, because that's where the strength of it lies. If you had it running this way, it would bend or maybe crease.
And you can tell which way the grain is running because you can see these waves.
The fluting.
The fluting. So this is running the correct way. It's strong this way.
All right. Now, when you're designing the playboard, you want to make sure that maybe you have a piece here so that you can actually have a chance to, so maybe you want to design, a shape there that can kind of coach the ball down there, and you have like a moment to hit that second flipper.
Yeah. And you could use, you got a bunch of scrap in here too.
Yeah.
So, I also want to say, the way that I made this work so well is that I lined up this shape with this shape down here. And by this shape, I mean this hole and this sort of smiley mouth piece.
So you just laid it on top and traced it and cut it where you want it.
So
And it had to line up exactly.
I want it to be there. So I traced the hole and then I traced the mouthpiece. And then that way it's exactly in line with the force of this flipper movement down here.
You could also try to shrink this shape so you could have a mini flipper up there. Like just use a smaller shape. That's kind of how a lot of pinball games are. They have a smaller flipper up top.
I was also thinking that I would want this, the next time I do it, I actually want to have the shape underneath be slightly different so that this still moves the bottom shape, but this flipper is actually tilted more like this. Because right now, it basically shoots it right out the battle door, which is great.
That would be fun for battle mode.
Yeah, you'd be like, pow!
Bam, 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 bam.
So, but I really want this to be cocked over this way so that I could shoot it up a ramp that I wouldn't be able to hit with these bottom flippers. The secondary flipper is kind of your second access chance, you know, to get another zone of the playboard. You have this 1-2 punch kind of challenge.
Right, especially if you can do a left flipper, right flipper combo. Pow, pow. All right, well, we'd love to see what you guys could come up with this kind of iteration. I know a lot of people would be excited about that third flipper. Is so fun. So yeah, design something and show it to us, and leave a link in the comments section below. Subscribe to this channel. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, of course. That's where you found us. Go to our website, PinBox 3000, for more hacks and mutations, and we will see you next time here at the Cardboard Teck Instantute.
Bye.
Tilt.